Hello and welcome to CIS 241 MSCE MCSA Guide to Configuring Advanced Microsoft Windows Server 2012 R2 Services. This is our third term for Windows Server classes, and this is our first activity we're going to do. We're doing activity 1-6, which is we're going to be creating a new forest inside our domain controller. And basically it starts on page 17 of the exam 74012 book, which is the title I gave you by Greg Comshow. So in order to do this successfully, the required tools and equipment for this activity will be your server 1 and your server 2. Your server 1 and server 2, make sure they're both running. We basically want to create a new forest using 412 server 2 as the domain controller for the new forest root. First, you demote 412 server 2 and then you promote it, choosing the option to add a new forest. You name the new forest 412 forest2.local. Start 412 server 1 and 412 server 2 if necessary. Looks like both mine are on, so we're good to go. And log on as administrator if necessary. On 412 server 2 in the server manager. I'm going to make sure we're logged on to administrator on both of them real quick. Password 01 for this one. And for your second server, of course, it's password 02. Okay, so we're logged in as administrator on both of them. On 412 server 2 in the server manager, when it does pop up, we're going to click manage and we're going to remove some features and roles that we installed in a couple activities ago. Let's let it do its thing, make sure it's ready to go. So click manage, remove roles and features. To start the wizard, in the before you begin window, click next. In the server selection window, click next. In the server roles window, click clear activity domain services and click remove features instead. So click here and then click remove features. The validation result message box should be popping up here soon. It will state that you must first demote the domain controller. And when it does, we're going to click demote this domain controller. The activity directory domain needs to be demoted. Click here, demote this domain controller. In the credentials window, you must enter enterprise administration credentials. So click change. In the Windows security dialog box, when it gets there, okay, click change. In the Windows security dialog box, we're going to type 412 dom1. Make sure you get your forward slash in there. Administrator. Make sure your spelling's good. In the username text box, and then password 01 in the password text box. Ignore that. Click OK. And after you click OK, click the last the username text box 0, click OK. And then click on the last domain controller in the domain right here. And then click Next. In the warnings window, just click the Proceed with the removal. Just ignore them, checkbox, and then click Next. And then inside your removal options window, click the Remove this DNS zone. This is the last DNS server that the host the zone. Checkbox, and then click Next. So we're pretty much getting rid of everything. And inside here, we want to type password 02. Because we are inside of server 2, and that is the password we use to get inside server 2. Password 02 and the password and confirm password text boxes. This is basically the password for the local administrator account when the server is no longer a DC, which is what I was kind of explaining in my own layman terms. Click Next, and then in the review options window, click Demote. When the demotion is finished, the server restarts. If the demotion isn't successful, start from the beginning and click the force removal of this domain controller. Checkbox in the credentials window. So, hopefully this will work so we don't have to start all over and go back to credentials and get it to work. But we'll just wait and see what happens. And of course, as it finishes up and restarts and comes back, and we log back on as an administrator, we're going to have to go to our notifications flag like we have done in previous activities. If you're that confused on what to do on the next step, go ahead and take the time to go back to activity 1.1 right now and refresh your brain on step 9 on how we did the deployment configuration window. An error occurred when demoting the activity directory domain controller. Operation failed. Cannot find the domain controller for this domain. Okay. So it gave me an error. I'm going to try to just go through it again like it told me to. Okay, so what does it say here? In the review options window, click demote. When the demotion is finished, the server restarts. If the demotion isn't successful, start from the beginning and click let's just close this and do it again. Okay, so we'll go back to manage. Remove roles and features again from this menu. Click next. Click next. In the server's activity directory, click here. Remove features. Validation result. Okay. The validation process found problems on the server from which you want to remove features. It's just going to give you that warning, and then you can click on demote this domain controller. In the credentials window, you must enter enterprise administration credentials. So let's wait for it to do its thing, and then we'll go to the change button. Go here. Oh, it's not ready yet. If it doesn't succeed again, I'm gonna have to stop the tape and go check out possibly my IP settings, something like that, and we'll try to run it again, get it successfully ran. Okay, go to change. In the Windows Security dialog box, type 412 dom1 / ed and let's see, it was a password 01. Okay, administrator. Oh, not administration, administrator. ADMINISTRATOR. Okay, it's looking good. Following all the steps in the book, shouldn't be having an issue. But if we didn't have issues, we wouldn't have to fix problems, I suppose. So, as soon as this is ready, click the last domain controller right there. And click next. After you click the last domain, click with proceed with the removal. Click next. And also remove this DNS zone. So make sure all these are clicked. And then press next. And then type in the password we're supposed to. 02. Okay, click next. And then it should be ready. We just have to hit the mope. See if it'll do it this time. I do have a feeling it's not going to, because I had to do configurations on an activity prior to my IP settings to get it to work correctly, but I'm just going to follow the steps and restart, do it how it told me in the book. If not, I'll pause this and I'll see if I can go figure it out. And let's get rid of my stupid window down here. Get rid of that. Okay. An error occurred. Okay, I'm going to pause this real quick. See if I can figure out what the heck is going on here. I have a feeling I have to check something with my IP settings. Okay, I'm going to pause this real quick and I will come right back. Alright, I'm back. I think I might have figured out this issue. We're going to test it and find out. Okay. See here, 401 server 1, 401 server 2. So, on 401 server 2, go back to manage. What I did is I went and switched my preferred DNS server to 10.12.1.1 as the preferred DNS server gateway address, because that's an issue I was having on activity 1.3. So I'm going to see if that was the issue. So now we're going to go back and just do it again, manage, and we're going to remove roles and features and make sure we're on 412 server 2, and we are. Click next, click next, click on the activity domain services, remove features, know about that, demote this domain control. Okay, wait for it to do its thing. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Okay. Let's see here. 412. Dom. Killing me, man. Dom1. Local. Oh, hold on. I need to that differently. This is the forward slash administrator. 412 dom forward slash administrator. Password 01. Okay. We're going to click this box as soon as it's ready. Last domain controller in the domain. Verification and user credentials permissions failed. Failed to examine activity director. Okay, hold on just a second. Okay. Click demote this domain in the credentials window. You must enter enterprise administrator credentials. Click change. Go to 412. 412 dom 1. Okay, administrator, that looks good. Password 01. Click OK. Alright. Hopefully that's the correct credentials. Sometimes I think I just had a mistype on that. Hopefully. Okay, so we're good to go. Now click on the last domain controller. Click next. Click on proceed with the removal. Click next. Click remove this DNS zone. Click next. Password 02. Okay, password 02, password 02. Click next. And then after that, click demote. Let's hope and pray we have success this time. Hoping that's the only issue that was. Oh, thank God. No, it's not there yet. Hasn't confirmed it yet. I thought it was going to. Come on. No errors. No errors. No errors. Stop. An error occurred when demoting the activity domain controller. The operation failed. Activity directory domain service cannot transfer the remaining data into directory partition. CN equals schema. CN equals configuration. DC. Okay. Cannot find a domain controller for this domain. More about results. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Man, I'm at a loss of what to do here. Promote this server to a domain controller. Okay. Start from the beginning and click force removal. Let's try that. Manage. Remove roles and features. Next. Next. Activity. Remove features. Convert this domain controllers. Controller. Force the removal. Let's just try that. Because I haven't tried that technically yet, so we'll just force it. I'm having Mr. Mason call me as I'm recording a video for you, Randy. Force the removal. Click next. Proceed with removal. Click next. Next. See if this will work. Alright, so I guess I made that well, no, it's still in progress. Stop service third time. Leave LD AP remote procedure call RPC. Successfully delete. Okay, so I kind of made that a little harder, but I was just thinking there was an easier way to be able to do it correctly. I got it to go, so we'll just close this and let it restart, do its thing. And as it restarts, we're going to verify that it did get deleted. I suppose I made that activity a little harder than it was, but that's okay. I just wanted to do it correctly. Okay, so we're restarting on server 2. When 412 server restarts, log on as administrator, of course. In your server manager, we're going to have to click the notifications flag and then click promote this server to a domain controller. And then we will be able to add our brand new forest. Okay, so let's log in. Wait for the server manager to come up. Where are we at on time? Ooh, I did not want it to go that long. I'm sorry, Randy. Okay, you should have a notification showing up here on your flag as soon as the server manager's ready. It's almost there. As soon as these words show up, we'll be good. There's our notification. Click on the notification. Click promote this server to a domain controller. The activity domain service configuration wizard starts. And in the deployment configuration, click add a new forest as soon as it's ready. Boy. Add a new forest. Type 412 forest 2. Oh boy, that's not good. 412 forest 2 dot local. 412 forest 2 dot local in the root domain name text box, and then click next. Follow the remaining steps in the wizard using the same options you did starting in step 9 on activity 1-1. You guys can flip back there with me if you want. Leave them both checked like this, domain system and global catalog. And then enter the password to restore the DSRM password. Make sure you use password 02 because it's for your server too, which is a domain controller, not the full domain. You'll see the delegation warning. Ignore that. Just click next. Let the net BIOS domain remain the way it is. The net BIOS name will be the forest that we just created. Boy, oh boy, take your time. Does not want to let me get this video done. Additional options. Sure, let me see them. Okay, that's good. Review options. Yes, yes, we have a catalog. We have a DNS server. We're good to go. Next. And then we just gotta install this and let it restart one more time. Give me my check mark. Give me my green check mark right up here. Believe me, it's doing something. It's just going really slow. There we go. Okay, we're good to go. Install. It's gonna let it do its thing for installing right now. I've lost my camera again. That is a lot longer than I wanted this video to be. Suppose if I wouldn't have gotten confused with the IP settings, I could have saved a lot of time, but just thought I was doing it wrong and I was correcting something and I was correcting nothing. Okay, you almost there? According to the progress bar, everything's going in there correctly. Secure machine software, configuring service, DNS. That's good, that's good, that's good. After the installation is finished, your computer restarts automatically. After the server restarts, log on as administrator. You're now logging on to the 412.1.local domain. And, oh, no, no, sorry, I'm reading 1.1. We will actually be logging into the forest local domain. We'll verify the administration. It'll be logging into the 412forest2.local. Okay. Take your time, take your time. What do we do, computers? We take our time. I want you to see is just that it's going to be 412 forest2.local domain that we will be logging back into as soon as it gets here. And after we see that it's the correct domain, this activity is over. And once again, I apologize for how long this was. That's a little ridiculous. I definitely see these two words a lot. Please wait. Okay. Uh, Come on, show me my domain. Just hurry up. Gonna have to pause these next time it restarts. I can't believe this computer is getting slower and slower by the second as I'm doing this video, it seems. Come on. Here, I'll go to pause it and then it'll be ready. See, there you go. You just have to force it. Threaten it sometime. There you go. 412 force 2. Just wanted to make sure we saw that. That's it with that activity. Sorry it took so long. Hope you enjoyed it and actually learned something from it. If I didn't mess around so long on trying to figure IP settings, that wasn't necessary for that assignment at the time. It would have been a lot quicker, but hope you enjoyed it and give me any feedback. Have a good day.